missing any periods during the
You
day.
said that.
All right, let's start. Let's
Missing
not
Nicholas.
talk about anything else. Quick, a short lesson today. We're going to use. Oh, I forgot to change the title. The title should be Capture and Recapture. I use the same.
That's what I did.
No. It should be understanding the capture and recapture method of sampling and be able to estimate the population size given a sample based on the capture-recapture sampling method. So what we're going to do is we're going to start thinking about how we're going to do estimation.
Oh wait.
All right. This one is just an introduction to think about capture-recapture method. So it's actually a
That's right.
sampling technique used to estimate population size. What we need to do in this situation is to set up a control investigation where the objects. Now, this is usually done in terms of animals. Usually, animal population are captured. You mark the animal by tagging it, release it, and then recapture after a period of time. So the proportion of the marked or tagged members in the second sample can give an estimate to the population size. Alright? So I'll go through and give you some examples. So for example, let's say if you want to look at the fish, the population of a particular type of fish in the lake. What people will do is capture the fish, few of them, measure it and tag it, and then let it go again. So after about 4 or 5 weeks, you recapture the same amount of fish and see how many of them are tagged. Alright? Something like this, birds, they tag the birds. And things like black cockatoo, why we're talking about there's a decline in black cockatoo? Because they actually tag the black cockatoo and then recapture them and think about the population. Alright? Now, example, here you can see that before sampling, there is all the fish in the pond or close population are unmarked. So what you do is you pick up 10 fish or maybe 20, or depends on how big the pond is. Here the sample is 10 fish. Mark it and release back into the pond. So after a while, the pond is resampled, maybe after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So what you do is you capture 10 fish. And the sample shows that 5 marked and 5 unmarked fish were captured. So you're going to use this bit, the marked fish, in the second sample to estimate the whole population. Alright, this is what they do with capture and recapture. Use a lot when they are actually studying animal behavior and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, so estimating the population, the method uses the proportion of the tagged objects in the second sample as a way of estimating the population size. So if we let T1 be the number of captured and tagged in the first observation, and N as a number recaptured in the second observation, and T2 be the number already tagged in the second observation, and N be the unknown population size, we can actually therefore assume the equivalence of the following proportion to calculate N. T1 over N and equals to T2 over the small n. Therefore, the capital N, the estimated population size, is the small n times T1 over T2. Alright, so that's all you need to know. And I'm just going to give you a quick example, some work to do in Sadler. And like I say, this is a short lesson. We'll go on to thinking about the proportion, estimating of the proportion tomorrow. Alright, so example 1. In the first week of observation, 42 carps were captured and tagged and released back into the lake. How did I spell lake? I have no idea. Oh gosh, my typing is terrible. All my eyes.
How do you spell that?
Alright, a month later, a second sample of 70 carp were caught over a span of a week. 13 of which are already tagged. Estimate the total number of carp in the lake. Alright, so now we know that the first time when we captured, alright, we captured first time, we captured 42 carps. Listen, and we tagged it, tagged or marked it. All right. Hey, Axel, what are you trying to do? All right. So the second time, we capture 42 again. All right. Now, out of the 42, 13 of them belongs to that group. All right. So we are talking about particular species only, carp. Any other fish that you catch from the lake, you do not worry about it. You're just talking about carp. That particularly you're estimating the size, the carp size. So what you need to do now is use this number to work out what the population is.
Yep.
So the proportion of this over that, which is second one, should be the same as 42 over n.
Yeah, 2 to 6.
Yeah?
You make 70, 42.
70,
mate.
Oh, so
70, not 42.
do you round up?
70, not 42. I don't know why I say 42. It's 70.
So why do you round up?
Sorry?
Yeah, why do you round up?
It depends. I could accept 226 or 227 because if anything over as a human, as an object, if it is over,
You round up.
yeah, it generally round out. But I have had discussion with other teachers before. We accept both round out and round out.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are all approximate. There's no exact numbers. So you could both round out and round out. So I round out. Personally, I reckon it should be round up, but I've had discussion with other teachers before.
Down.
So it could be round out, round down.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter. That's estimate. The difference between 226 and 227 is not significant.
Yeah.
All right, so that's fine. That's all I have for you today. Like I said, today is a pretty straightforward lesson.